Greetings everyone and happy Fresh Friday. This is Akunna and we are back with another episode. Super excited and honored to be present with you all today. And pretty soon we will be joined by Dr. Tao and we will go into our conversation for the day. So as you are joining in, just drop in the comments how you're feeling today. Did you take some time to yourself before the day started, or did you dive right in and start working? I have a habit of doing that I have slowly but surely been getting away from. Sometimes it feels like once we wake up, it's just time to jump into our to-do list to start checking items off. But it's actually very beneficial to take some time to ourselves, to breathe, to do some stretching, some movement, meditation, maybe even some reading. That is way better for our nervous systems and just way better for our overall well-being. Let's see, Dr. Tao coming in. While Dr. Tao joins here, another thing is that we have a very special product launch event coming up. Now, we'll let you know, we'll keep you posted on the dates and everything, but definitely an exciting experience. We'll be having guest speakers. You'll be able to take home a special gift and try the new products that are going to be available. So make sure you join in. That'll be on an upcoming Wednesday, either this coming Wednesday or next. So we will keep you posted for sure. But make sure you buy those pre-sale tickets from the restaurant. Again, we'll keep you posted on the page and in the restaurant to let you know. Let's see. My Instagram was acting up when I first came on, so hopefully he's not having. It says he's unable to join. Okay, let's try this again. There we are. Greetings, Dr. Tao.
Hey, Glenn. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Very well. Trying to get this thing, these item plates put together today. So
Yes.
they enjoyed it last time, so I decided to go ahead and do it again.
I bet they're delicious.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get one to you ASAP.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know what? I'm not sure I'm going to do herbs today. I'm gonna. Let me see. I feel like we're done most of these. Oh, I think I got some over here. Hold on.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. He called in real. He called in. Sorry.
It's okay.
Who already called in? I know we did some of these already, but this is milk thistle powder here. So it's good for the liver. So you want to help maintain your energy levels. That's always typically it's a liver issue. So you want to make sure that your liver is working strong. And that's Jay. I'm sorry. And so you want to make sure your liver is working strong so that you can maintain your energy throughout the day, and make sure that you're detoxifying your body. Your liver is a huge detoxifier, so you want to make sure it's working strong. So the milk thistle works with that a lot. So we have it in powder form here as well, and I think the seed form also. So
Okay. And that's something that would be good to use by itself?
Yeah, you can use it by itself. A lot of times when it comes to like combinations of the herbs, whether you should put 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 together, that's really based off metabolism. All right. So what we're saying is, if someone is not absorbing enough of the food anyway, then you don't want to put 4, 5, 6 different combination of herbs, because they're already having trouble digesting one. So if someone is trying to, if someone's very ill, you want to just give them one herb to work with, heal, and then you can go into more of a multiplicity later on. But when you put more combinations together, then you are lowering the effect of each one a little bit. But if you understand the science behind, some of the herbs do work synergistically together. So, like for example, if I was said mathematically, a horse can pull 2,000 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So mathematically, if I said, okay, how many pounds can 2 horses pull?
2,000.
So you would say 4,000, right? So one
Oh,
pulls
you said the
2,000.
first one could pull 2. I know math. I promise. I
No, you're
thought you.
fine. You're fine. No, you're good. So you would say mathematically that they can only pull 4,000 pounds, but no,
Right.
2 horses together can pull 10,000 pounds because they're working synergistically.
Right.
You see. So we call that Brown's paradox, which means that it works in nature but not on paper.
Okay.
All right. So remember, mathematics is just a language to explain science. That's all it is. It's not a science within itself. So you can't always use the language to explain something that happens naturally. You know, it'd be like you trying to explain in linguistics. I don't know if you ever heard something called a fricative.
Called a what?
It's called a fricative.
Fricatum?
A fricative.
Fricatum. I don't think so.
It's a type of word that causes clusters of consonants. Like if I put a TH together or I put a FR, and that sound that comes out of the mouth is called a fricative. But see, it'd be hard to explain that on paper if I was typing what a fricative is.
Right.
There's a subtext of fricative called sibilino. But see, trying to explain that on paper would be difficult, but to actually show it would be a lot easier. It just means sound is passing through the teeth. Like if I say the, or first, or action, sh, the sh. Those sounds are called fricatives.
I still don't know what fricative.
Fricative, Fricative.
Oh, fricative.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine are all messed up because of these aligners. I can't do them anymore.
No, you're good. But see, one thing we know about our people is we don't like a lot of consonant clusters. A lot of times we'll switch the letter TH to the letter D. And that's how you know we're just one people around the world, because melanated people, black people all around the world do the same exact thing with the same consonants.
Yeah.
You see, so it shows a unison of people. So when you study linguistics, you can actually see how people actually express languagely similarly and differently based off their melanin content. See, so when you go to like Russia and Serbia and these type of Czechoslovakia, you're gonna have a lot of consonant clusters which you don't find in our, in our native tongues. You see, or the Bantu languages. You see. Like the word, you hear like Kuta Kinte. Those are like natural words for us to say. And Kunta is a tribe of the Mandi people of West Africa, coming from Senegal. So he named himself Kuta from the tribe of the Kunte tribe. So I'll tell you how to get here. He wasn't from Africa. I mean, you see, some of the stuff we start getting into it, So anyway, but the next one we have is nettle leaf. And the nettle leaf, I think we done this before as well, but this is in powder form also. This is a free testosterone reuptake absorber, meaning that any type of free testosterone in the body, it reabsorbs it, and it sends it to where it's needed. So this is one of the only herbs that I know that actually drops the male voice 1 octave.
Really?
Yes. So the more you take this, your voice actually gets a little deeper. I'm not sure about women, but I know from
Look, I'm staying away from that.
You make me sound like Nina Simone. I don't know. But the thing is, it does drop your voice 1 octave. That's just the effect of the testosterone being reabsorbed in the body. Yeah. So, but it does help with hair growth as well, and it helps with allergies, sneezing, any type of seasonal pollen, those types of issues. So the nettle leaf is great for that. Right. Remember, this one comes from the planet. This one has a Mars cycle energy, and I think I'll go more into that later. But each herb has a cyclic planetary ruler that governs how it grows and the properties in which it grows. Right. Right. Remember, everything we do is history. All right. So everything's history. The history of the waters is called oceanography. The histories of the fabric of the universe is called mineralogy. The history of the land is called geography. in the history of literature, it's called history. Right? So everything's history, though. So when you're studying subject, all you're doing is history, because history is not looking at the past, it's a glimpse into the future. You see.
Definitely.
So we have to
before
understand
we go ahead.
The last one we
Oh wait, no.
have is hygiene.
Before we move on to that, I want to go back a little bit because I feel like the conversation goes hand in hand when we talk about anything that's testosterone or anything. Because I see more and more these days, there are a lot of like younger men who are claiming that they're having issues with their reproductive systems and things of that nature. So very important to get to the root of why the problem is occurring before trying to throw on
yeah, the reproductive system, one thing for men, they have to take their age, however old they are, times it times 0.2. So if you're 20 years old, times 0.2 gives you what? 4. Mm-hmm. If you're 30 years old, times 0.2 gives you what? 6. That tells you the window in which you can release your seed. All right, you can't go beyond that 6. If you're 30 years old, you can't release every 5 days. You got to release every 6 days at maximum. So your body can recover. Because every time you release, remember, it's equivalent to running 20 miles. So you have to make sure that you recover from that nutritionally. You don't want to go into a nutritional deficit.
Right. Because some people, they be thinking that you got to
get some nutrients in your body. You go into that nutrient account and it says insufficient funds. So you haven't supplied your body with enough the vitamins and minerals that are needed to sustain the body. So you're walking around nutritionally bankrupt because really you robbed yourself by eating pica, they call food contraband, or looks like food, smells like food, but it's not food. You see, it's really just a bowel movement of a factory. It's a processed waste.
Right.
So you're digging your grave with your teeth, slowly by surely. So you wake up daily to the vertical casket, which you call a refrigerator, to prepare yourself for your horizontal casket.
Wow. So
people are actually participating in their own destruction and death. We say, here lies Mr. and Mrs. Negro. They ate themselves to death, right? So that's what people are doing is essentially every single day. So
piggybacking off of what you just said, I know a lot of people, a lot of the programming makes us consumers, not just of like media and things of that nature, but of food and using food for comfort eating when we're stressed out and things of that nature. So can you explain a little bit about where food cravings come from and a few things that people can do to not be a slave to food?
All right, so your taste buds are created in your mother's womb, right? And there's 2 wombs at play. The womb that you're in, which you call your mother, and the womb that she's in, called society. All right. They both nurture both. So if she is a part of the matrix, then she'll have a taste that's part of the matrix. And can you give me some mullet? Some mullet. And so she's part of the matrix that is feeding her taste buds, which is feeding the baby's taste buds. So by the time they come out, they're going to be liking certain flavors, basically certain chemicals. You see. So that's your palate there. This is why we have different palates across the world, from China to different, India. People eat differently because of what they're around. But all we're looking at is the taste for thought, thinking. You see. Remember, I said you don't necessarily think you're eating a culture. Whatever it is you're eating a culture. So if you're eating whatever you want to call this food out here, that's someone's culture, right?
Right.
You eating white man on the plate, basically. All right, you got a taste for a white man, and you want it, white man on your plate. That's all you got to call it. So those tastes are developed, So many times we get stuck on we become nutritional off the time. You see, get stuck on that junk food plantation, don't want to come off, and that's part of this the nurturing. Because remember, when your family structure is a chemistry. See, that's the chemistry of how to react to issues. If you have an issue, if you have a skin issue, that's a whole family issue. Remember we talked about it
Right.
before. When you have a disease, that's a whole family issue. All because it shows in you. Everybody in the family got it. See, so that's holistic. So, but yeah, that's the chemistry, which is meaning that you just have a desire based off what your parents are thinking.
So how does, when someone gets into adulthood and they realize it, but they feel like they have no control over it because they've been conditioned and they've done it for so long, what are some ways to combat those like cravings or impulsive eating? Would you say that it's more about more of a mindset thing?
Well, the mind is a chemical factory, right? It just all it does is produce chemicals. So what we're saying is there's two chemicals produced while eating: the chemical from the food and the byproduct of the chemical of the food. Mm. So when you eat it, that's the chemistry, and then your body creates a chemistry in reaction to it. You see. So yeah, yeah. So just one. One. Yeah. Think of a bigger. But you ain't got no change, man. You want okay. Sorry. So those chemistries are going to be there. So you want to make sure that you change the body chemistry. So the way to do that is go into chickweed is great for that. The mineral for that would be chromium. But don't take chromium if you have high blood pressure. Mm. And the vitamin for that would be vanadium sulfate. All right, so everything you have, there's going to be a mineral, a vitamin, an enzyme, a hormone. Those are all going to be things. So it's just based off the lens of what I'm saying. So if I'm an herbalist, I'm going to say take chickweed. If I'm in another field, if I'm a nutritionist, I'm going to say take chromium. You see. Mm. See. If I'm a fitness person, I'm going to say take vanadium sulfate. So it's based off the field, but they're all the same thing. It changes the chemistry of the body, which changes the cravings. Right. Kudzu is another one you can take. Spelled Kudzu. That's a great one to take. But that's mainly for alcoholics, typically. Mm-hmm. And you can find that on the side of the interstate. Typically, it's grown. You can just go pick it for free. Wow. And but yeah, so you want to make sure that you're changing the chemistry, and then changing your approach to food. Right? You don't want to be so. All right, so let me take care of it. Remember, like I said, it's a social thing. I'm sorry if I'm rambling here.
No.
So yeah, so we want to make sure that we're not getting too fixed and tied into this status quo. Eating is a social activity. So, like I said, be prepared to be on a lonely journey for a little bit and kind of unplug from society. But it's okay to be unplugged. It's a good time to study and kind of be in your own spirit and cultivate your energy there. So,
yes.
How are you doing? But yeah. So, yeah.
So
I may not get to the last herb then, Akunna.
What'd you say?
I'll say I may not get to the last one here, but I may.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just feel like a lot of times there are like secondary conversations that we should touch on when it comes to certain things, like because it's very easy to push past a lot of things because society does so. So I want to make sure that people understand the deeper meaning of things, and you're the perfect person to provide that. All right,
so like I'll ramble a little bit. But we do have an event next Wednesday. Well, we're gonna let them know, right? We'll let them know about it.
Yes. It may be moved back, but we'll keep you posted. Just stay tuned to the page, watch our stories, and on the page, and we'll keep you all posted. We do have a comment that says, "I need those holistic courses or mentorships. I've been doing great solo, but I want optimal healing." The people are calling, Dr. Tao.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm trying to get it going by December. So I am weekly about to start doing weekly recordings of me going through different topics, and so we're just trying to get the courses going slowly but surely. But I will start recording myself for about an hour on various topics each Wednesday, probably. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, you have a lot going on, so we understand. In divine timing, it'll come.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to it, I guess.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Town. Thank you to those that joined us for Fresh Friday today. The restaurant is open until 3 p.m. Item plates are available today. Oh my gosh. Every time I look at the picture, I just drool. So make sure you go on in, check out the amazing environment and the amazing, delicious, and nutritious food. We will keep you posted on the event, whether it is occurring this upcoming Wednesday or the following Wednesday. And yes, that's it.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate you.
Yes, you as well. And we'll see you again for
I'll
another.
catch you later then.
Okay.
I said I'll catch you later.
Okay, peace.
Bye.